To begin our winter birch tree project, we're going to use one of our white pieces of paper horizontal, the short way. I am going to dip one side of that tag board in black paint. I'm going to kind of lay it flat. It's not standing up tall. I'm going to lay it flat towards the side of the paper, and I am going to put it down and drag it in. I am not getting more paint. I'm kind of feeling out. I'm not pressing super hard, almost like a tickle, and I get one edge of a tree. I need the other edge. So across from it, I am going to take my tag board and drag the opposite way in. Took me about 3 or 4 slides of my tag board to get all the way down my paper. I'm going to leave a space. I have not gotten more paint because it's okay if we don't see black all the way down. It looks like that texture of the tree. I'm going to go across from it to get the other side of that tree, and I'm dragging in towards each other. I'm going to do a third tree. I still haven't gotten any more paint. I'm laying that tag board down and dragging it in. That's half of the tree. I need the other half. Oh, I can't really see. I see lots of paint on the side. I'm just going to flip this over, see if I can get, yeah. I'm to the point now where I am going to get more paint. This is just the first time I'm getting more paint. I'm on tree number 4, laying it down and dragging it in really gently. Just a quick little pull. Try to get at least 4 trees. I'm having room for 5. I'm making them pretty skinny. I'm not, this is number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 trees. I'm not making them super thick and making the other side over here. I'm keeping them close together. So trying to get at least 4 trees. I am done with my tag board, done with my paint. I'm going to just set this to the side to dry a little bit. I'm getting my next white paper, and this is the chalk part. So remember, chalk, we can use it on its side to cover a big amount of paper at once. We don't want to breathe in this chalk dust. So I'm gently pushing. I'm not pushing hard, so I get lots of that dust. You can mix colors and make this sky any time of day you'd like. I have a couple blues. I'm going to add a little white on there. Whoop, rolled right off the paper. All right, once I get a lot of color all over, that's when I'm going to start to kind of rub it together and blend those colors. And at this point, you can keep layering color, or you can leave it how it is. You get to decide. For this video, I'm just going to leave it, but I could keep putting more color on if I want. This is the important part, that you go to the sink, wash your hands, or use that rag at your table to wash your hands. We don't want to have chalky fingerprints on the next part. I am going to glue my snow onto the bottom of my paper. I have clean hands so that I don't have chalk prints all over that snow. I'm going to lay it down and line those edges up of the white paper as nicely as I can. Kind of just tapping it on. Now, I know my trees aren't completely dry, but I am going to start to cut them. And this is where we kind of have a pattern of white scraps. And then I'm cutting along the edge of that tree. I have a tree. I have some white scraps because that was between the tree and a tree. White scraps and a tree. You want to try to glue at least 3 trees on your paper. You can use all of them that you made if you'd like, but you need to have at least 3. I'm going to go ahead with just 4 for this project. If you notice that your scissors has paint on it, you can use that rag and just kind of wipe the scissors to make them neat for the next person. All right, I know that I have to kind of hold these papers up to do my gluing because they are wet. So that makes it a little tricky today. The trees have to touch the snow at the bottom. They can't be floating up in the air. I'm gonna try not to have all my trees in the same line. Maybe this tree is gonna grow towards the top of the hill. I'm just kind of giving them a little tap because that black paint is still wet. Maybe this tree is going to be all the way down towards the bottom of the paper. And maybe this one is right in between. So again, have to have at least 4 trees. If you notice, they are hanging off the top of my paper. So I'm just going to give them a little trim. Sometimes at this point, kids get a little bit silly and they really chop their trees down and it looks like it's been cut off in the woods. Make sure your trees are growing all the way up and touching the top of your paper. A choice at this point is to gather some white paint and a toothbrush to do a little splatter painting of snow. So I'm going to dip my toothbrush in that paint. I'm rubbing off most of the paint so I don't get gobs. I'm holding it in my fist and letting my thumb, like I'm giving a thumbs up, come to the bristles and splatter. It gives just a little bit of a speckle of a snowstorm. We don't want it to look like a blizzard. It'll cover up all your awesome textured trees. So at this point, you can do as many little speckles as you want. When you're finished, another important time to wash your hands. Go to the sink, use that rag. You are going to glue this onto the black paper that has your name tag, kind of like a frame. So I am just going to hold this with one hand. It's not on the table because it's still wet. A friend can help you at this point if you need help. I glue, I flip it over. I put it on that black paper like a picture frame. I'm just going to kind of tap it so that I don't smear any of my awesome artwork. And this is going in the drying room.